had painted himself blue for some reason. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Roger. Do you work with Molly?" "In a sense," he said, holding a hand out to her. "I've only really met her recently, but I've enjoyed getting to know her and meeting many of her friends this weekend." Kaelin put her hand in his, the gesture instinctive, along with the smile that creased her face before their skin touched. His hand was warm, grip firm and solid, and it tightened when her grip turned from solid to crushing as bolts of pleasure raced up her arm. He let go, and Kaelin staggered back to be caught by Aiden. "Are you all right?" he asked, the concern in his voice obvious. She nodded, holding her hand against her chest, trying desperately to keep from rubbing her thighs together to relieve the absolute need that was threatening to drown her. "I'm fine," she said. "Just a little tired from the trip." "And we've kept you standing here all this time," Roger said. "The cafe is closed, but I believe there are snacks set out for the late-night panel that's going on. Would you sit while I get you some refreshment?" "Aiden?" Kaelin asked. He'd steadied her, then stepped back, his solid mass still behind her shoulder. "He's okay," Aiden said. "I'll see if I can find one of the front desk people to get you checked into your room. There should still be someone up front, even if it is a bit late." "I would appreciate that. It's been a very long day, so if the offer of snacks is good, I would definitely like to sit for a minute," Kaelin said. "I'll help you over to the tables outside the cafe and return with snacks," Roger said, offering her his arm. Kaelin could see Aiden glaring at the man across from her, but he didn't object. "Thank you," she said, slipping her hand into the bend of his elbow. Her carry-on bag smacked her hip when she turned and knocked the handle of her suitcase out of her hand. "Oh, shish kebab," she swore. "1 second." She started to reclaim her hand from Roger's arm when he put his free hand over it. Pleasure and desire shot through her, and she moaned, her free hand slapping over her mouth in mortification the instant the sound escaped her lips. "Stop that," Aiden growled, shoving the handle of her suitcase at the man touching her. "I did not." "Like hell," Aiden said. "Don't think I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm going to find a way to get Kaelin to her room, and then we're going to have a talk." "Yes, we will," Roger said to Aiden's back. "In the meantime, I will escort you to the table as I had intended. Are you okay, Kaelin?" "I'm fine," she said, her voice still breathy. "I think we need to have a talk as well." "Of course," he said. "As soon as we get you sitting down with some refreshments, I'll be happy to have whatever talk you'd like." Kaelin nodded and let him lead her over to the cafe tables, her suitcase in his other hand. She set her carry-on down on the table and nodded in thanks when he pulled the chair out for her. Part of her hoped he wouldn't notice that she felt for the chair leg with her foot to make sure it was still there when she went to sit down. It wouldn't have been the first time that particular trick had been played on her by a stranger, or a friend for that matter. He pushed it in for her to just the right distance from the table, and she had no problem sinking into it with as much grace as she could manage. Her suitcase was placed directly at her side, and he bowed gracefully over it. "I shall return with refreshments directly," he said. "Do you have any special requests?" "Dark chocolate," she said, "and a sealed bottle of water if there are any. Otherwise, nothing special." She could see him start to reach for her hand and stop. Instead, he placed his hand across his chest, nodded, and turned on his heel to head into the room she'd seen Aiden just outside of when she'd arrived. With a deep breath, she looked around to get a better feel for where she was, and couldn't help but smile. She'd made it, difficult flight and problems finding her luggage notwithstanding, and was in the space Molly loved. That Molly wasn't also in it was concerning, but she'd already gotten a hug from Aiden, which was at the top of her wish list for the week.